A Sims 4 expansion leak. Kendrick Lamar does the Super Bowl for free. Tesla promising cheaper EVs, and Nvidia card scalpers rack the market, and a Van Gogh painting may have been discovered. Many things to go over. This is today's Quickie Leaks. Hey, this is Josh from Mousepad. Welcome to Quickie Leaks, the news segment where the only dirty joke is in the title. So let's get into this news segment. All right, first up from Game Rant. New Sims Leak expansion. I went over this earlier. So hot take. I have nothing against Sims. I think anyone who plays Sims, I'm all for it. You enjoy it. Uh, that being said, I don't find it that entertaining, but I find it fascinating. So if you don't know what Sims is, you essentially make your own. It's a simulation game to its core. You have your Sims, and it's been around, I believe, since the late '90s. Um, if not just a little later in the early 2000s. But like, I'm no expert. I could be dead wrong on that. But the latest one just got leaked, titled "Businesses and Hobbies." We can just assume what's going to happen here, where there's already a way for you to do businesses, but maybe it's owning your own business. Maybe it's having, we'll say, gig work, and you can follow your sim to do gig work or have specific hobbies that actually relate to your gig work. Like I said, this is something for you to check out yourself. Next Sims 4 expansion leak by Game Rant. You probably just look that up, and I'll put the link in the description. So, one of the big stories is from Forbes why Kendrick Lamar won't get paid for the Super Bowl halftime show. There's a lot of bloat in this. The short story is um, he's doing it for free because they did a good reference that when Usher did the Super Bowl for free, his sales skyrocketed by 500 something percent. So he is getting paid in clout. So ever since the beef with Drake, is it with Drake? Hold on, I might be getting that wrong. No, it was Drake. Yeah. So for anyone following the music scene, 37-year-old Lamar, who for much of his career has been seen as a critical darling to the cult-like following, has been chosen for the halftime show of one of the biggest sports events every year, which is the American football Super Bowl. Honestly, there's not much here to say. It's more so other stars have actually put their own money forward to make the show more of a spectacle because while Apple is covering a lot of the cost, Kendrick is not getting paid. But in all reality, it's a 12 to 14 minute to 16-minute show. It's actually not that long. So it kind of makes sense that he's not getting paid and he's more so at the most famous event where everyone's watching. Now, there's going to be Super Bowl commercials. So people might just watch for the commercials, people might just watch for the game, but usually the halftime show is its own special event. And there's always been like a lot of controversy, whether there be wardrobe malfunctions or amazing performances, or the one time NSYNC decided to do a reunion concert. That was insane. So who knows what we're gonna see? So what is next? Okay, so despite how people feel about Elon Musk, he is trying to keep up with the growing EV market, especially the ones that are coming in from China. So he has made a promise that he's going to launch cheaper electric vehicles with more autonomy. I don't know how I feel about autonomous vehicles. I think until we have them all, honestly, until we have everything autonomous to where they're all talking to each other, but glitches happen, hackers happen, play Watch Dogs 2, it's a scary thought. I personally, me, Josh, I don't like the idea of autonomous, but I see how it can be helpful. So, you can't really stop the future. Um, and anyone who's a fan of Tesla or even Elon Musk or anything else that he has his hand on, good for you. I'm happy for you that you're getting this. But there's been doubts over the auto business of Tesla, of them being able to keep up. Is it a bloated market? Are they just getting, is their shares jumping high just because of hype and not because of actual sales? I mean, it is kind of an interesting company. So I'm no car expert. I can't wait to have someone who is more into the automotive industry that can tell me. But there, I thought you guys would like to know that he's trying to produce cheaper EVs. So maybe you might be able to afford a Tesla. That being said, I know plenty of people in the rural part of America that hate them, not because they're bad cars, but because the charging stations in your home, if you're not getting a really good charging station with a high level of voltage that are going to your house, doesn't really work well. You kind of need those inner city charging stations to charge up the car fast. But here's a big one for all you gamers and crypto miners. The new Nvidia cards that came out, they're already sold out. They're already gone. Scalpers have bought them and are jacking up the price. This I really think should be illegal. I think scalping is a horrible thing. You can't really stop the market per se, but there needs to be some safety regulations so that average buyers can't. Like, think of it this way. Also, Nvidia is actually losing money in their own way. It inflates the price because, well, I'm gonna make up a number. Nvidia sells a card for $1,000. Okay, expensive, but it's a high-end card that's brand new. Okay, these guys are selling it for 6,000. So what is stopping Nvidia from going, well, if they're selling it for 6,000, we can just jack up the price ourselves? See how that works? I mean, it's a very elementary way of explaining it, but it's just not good. It's just not good. It's a horrible idea, and it needs to be cracked down on. I don't know how law enforcement even do that, or even if that's how we'd go about that on the legal sense. But if you notice, I'm not wearing a button-down shirt today. Today, I am wearing a Batman's version of A Starry Night by Vincent Van Gogh because I was inspired by an antiques collector gets a $50 garage sale purchase, maybe a Van Gogh painting worth 15 million. This is the said painting right here. Long story short of it is a gentleman went to a garage sale and saw a painting, was like, oh, that looks nice. Looks like a nice little replica, and bought it for $50. He then got it appraised, and he's waiting for. I know by reading the article he got it appraised per se about the pigment, but there is a Van Gogh expert on their way to actually analyze it because it may be one of the lost paintings of his own self-portrait. If I so happen to find a Van Gogh painting, I don't know whether I would keep it or sell it, like for actual price, because that would help me fund Mousepad. That would help me fund a lot of projects. That would allow me to help a lot of people. But at the same time, it's a Van Gogh. You're not really gonna find that anywhere else. So, hey, I'm just happy for the guy if it's true, and if it turns out to be a really good copy, that's a letdown and a half. I feel bad for him. But what are you gonna do? All right, everybody. Give me 2 seconds. Just remember, it's a crazy world out there, so don't let it drive you crazy as well. This is your Quickie Leaks for the day. My name is Josh from Mousepad. Love yourself, play with others, and keep it classy.